You're still watching Joy News today. Now, all pubs and restaurants at Osu will be shut down tonight. This is part of a 3-day ban on noisemaking to allow for the burial and final rites for the late paramount chief of the area, Ni Okwe Kinka Dowona VI. Osu, which is largely referred to as the heart of Accra's nightlife, is home to several popular pubs and restaurants which operate deep into the night. But they have to suspend operations at least for the duration of the ban. Here's Public Relations Officer for the Osu store, Ni Adote McLean. But before we hear from him, let's bring in our colleague Manuel Kranting, who has been at Osu all morning. Manuel, what can you report?
So it's a really somber and reflective mood here at Osu. I've been to the Chief Palace there, Osu Manchester, and essentially the funeral final burial rites for the late Ni Okwe Dowona the 5th is underway. What we're told, pubs and CCs in the area which operate with loud music are supposed to turn off their music tonight, essentially supposed to shut down and not disturb within the area. Indeed, this is being likened to the popular rites that are actually carried out during the Homowo Festival. We're told that there's a task force that has been commissioned by the Osu School to go around tonight and tomorrow also to ensure that all these popular pubs and ECs actually do comply with the directive that has been issued by the school. I've been trying to run some checks within the community and some of these issues. Now, for most of the popular ones that I've visited, a lot of them did not even know about such a directive, and they were, preparing in earnest for what they expected to be a booming evening of service. Very disappointed, as this news will mean that they would have to, shelve their food that they are preparing and so on and so forth. And so that's been the general mood here at Osu. Even though they say it's going to be a big blow to their businesses, the operators say they have no choice but to comply and respect the dictates of the Sulan.
All right, so what are some of the vendors saying? I mean, the ones that didn't know about it said, unfortunately, they have to suspend their business activities. But what about the ones that know?
Indeed, it's been hard finding any person or even like any vendor who actually knew about this directive on a ban on noise making related to the burial and funeral rites of the late paramount chief of Osu traditional. Even as they do not know, what my assessment is being is, a reluctant compliance, or like an intention to comply by the directive. So even though it's going to help their businesses, they say that they have no choice because since the authorities in the land, and mind you, this particular directive, we are told, is backed by the municipal assembly, and so it has also government authorization behind it, and so it's very difficult for anybody to actually, flout the ban and go unpunished. And so, given this context, we are told by a lot of the vendors that they are willing to, though reluctantly, they are willing to comply.
Apart from the vendors, have you been speaking to anyone else? Maybe people who like to go to Osu?
So generally, people come to Osu, to have fun, especially on Friday night, as it is, for instance, for today. But most of them indeed say that they are disappointed, and this is going to be a really a bad party trip as it will be for their plans for the night. But as intimated earlier, there's a general, tilting towards respecting and complying with the rule, except it waits to be seen what will happen when indeed the time comes, the funeral rites are underway, and we'll see whether or not people will indeed comply.
All right, thank you very much. That's my colleague Manuel Kranting, and he's at Osu, and he's been giving us an update on that ban on noise.